Next, on National Geographic Explorer, an Aboriginal rock band sends a message of hope.
I'm dreaming of a brighter day when the waters will be one.
In a fresh mix of ancient and modern traditions, dramatic performances and rare tribal footage are changing the way people view Australia's first culture. Then, in Africa's Serengeti, the female hyena dominates the clan. Though gentle... Explorer...
Role? That's a question you probably haven't heard before on Explorer. But then you probably haven't met anyone like Mandawe Yunupingu, the man in our cover story. He's an Australian Aboriginal rock star. For many rock stars, the money buys big cars, expensive clothes, and a lot of distance between them and where they grew up. By contrast, Yunupingu has used his fame to help his people. Through his music, he's trying to bring different cultures and what seem like different centuries into a harmonious relationship.
From Australia, Yothu Yindi. Yothu Yindi. Very good.
Yeah. Same song, different feel.
We're talking about building bridges, and there's nothing like music to unite people. I'm Mandawe Yunupingu. I'm a crocodile man. I'm also songwriter and lead singer with the rock band Yothu Yindi. My name Yunupingu means rock. A rock that stands against time.
Mandawe Yunupingu is a messenger, a time traveler, an Aborigine in the age of MTV. He's made it his mission to bring the wisdom of his people into the mainstream of modern life.
We are the first culture of Australia. In this part of Australia, we call ourselves Yolngu. Non-Aboriginals we call Balanda. Most Balanda have no idea about our lives, our culture, our country. Most have never even met an Aboriginal person.
He seems an unlikely candidate for international rock star, a semi-nomadic tribesman from Australia's isolated northern coast. But his band's success is rooted here, where his clan and tribal values were born.
I'm here with my family, my wife Yelme, and my 6 daughters. It's important to get the kids out of the house and away from the TV once in a while. I want them to get a taste of traditional life so they can grow up having the best of both worlds. This is my other family, my family away from home, living out of suitcases, airplanes, buses, hotels, 32 concerts right across the United States. Then the same in Europe. Yo, we have to get on pretty well together.
Any band can call themselves a family, but Yothu Yindi has the ties, by blood and tribal law, to prove it. Makuma Yunupingu, the didgeridoo player, grew up in the same clan as Mandawe. And so did Gurumu Yunupingu, the one they called the Guru. Blind since birth, he can play almost any musical instrument, plugged or unplugged. Even the white members of the band have been adopted into native clans. Bass guitarist Stu Kellaway is now Mandawi's brother and lives with his family on tribal lands. Yolnu and Balanda, native and European, it's a powerful mix. A musical fusion that's making the world of rock and roll sit up and listen.
Yothu Yindi.
Visit WPGC 95 DC. It's me. It's Albie D. I got an artist in here. The group is called Yothu Yindi. The group is Aborigine, right?
That's right, yeah.
And how old is the music of the Aborigines?
It's never been, like, measured.
Right.
But we just talk about dreamtime, like, you know, where it began. But people generally talk about 80,000 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at the sun falling from the sky. The sunset takes my mind back to my homeland, far away.
Ask Mandaway about musical influences outside of his own culture, and a few names stand out.
When I was about 11, I started listening to Elvis Presley's songs. And then when I was around 15, 16, I started listening to the Creedence Clearwater Revival band. Bob Marley, he like practically changed my life. Many of the songs are just mind-blowing. Some of my music is influenced by his reggae feel, you know, and his thoughts as well, his philosophy.
You ain't fair to the people of the land. Dry my sunset dreaming.
But the roots of the Yothu Yindi sound go deeper than the world of rock, much deeper.
All the traditional songs and dances we perform publicly have to be approved by a council of elders, men and women, to make sure that no forbidden aspects of our culture are revealed. These sticks we call Burma. Burma was the first sound of creation. Burma is the law. When you all hear this sound, they stop what they're doing and come and listen.
When this band rocks, they're tuning into sounds and sources that go back tens of thousands of years to the birth of the Yolnu people.
Ceremonies have precedence over everything. We've canceled gigs to come home and complete a ceremony. Our first duty is to our culture.
Not every group would drop a tour and head home for the holidays. But this ceremony is a crucial event in the Aborigines' calendar, the Jungwan, a time when young boys come of age and are circumcised, a time for passing on the secret wisdom of the tribe.
Many of our Gumaj clan are being painted with the water goanna. It is a mysterious lizard which seems to be able to breathe underwater like a fish. So it symbolizes the mystical dimension of life, the unseen world.
In the 20th century, holding on to their heritage has been a losing battle for the Aborigines. It's a history the members of the band know all too well. The first whites to settle in Australia's Northern Territories were missionaries, bent on converting the natives to the word of Christ. They were the first in a wave of outsiders who would take away the Aborigines' lands, eating away at the foundations of their culture. For members of Mandaway's clan, the final straw came in the 1960s when sacred grounds were seized for strip mining. Rage at the loss of tribal lands fueled the fight for Aboriginal rights. And since the birth of the band, Yothu Yindi has been on the front lines.
Next, not even deemed an Australian citizen in the 60s, today's society affirms Mandaway's standing with a prestigious award. And in the unusual hyena...
Geographic Explorer.
The band's breakthrough hit, Treaty, has become an anthem for the Aboriginal movement. A cry for justice, for land rights and civil rights. The song's message has struck home all across Australia.
Words are easy, words are cheap. Much cheaper than our priceless land. But promises can be...
Treaty was the song that was able to reach out to kids in particular. Those kids that are going to school, all of a sudden they're starting to hear this music which has a message about the state of Aboriginal people's rights. The kids take it to their parents and they start talking about it. The parents know about it and suddenly they want to be part of something that will mean change.
Never given up. This land was never bought and sold. The planting of the Union Jack never changed our law at all. Now the rivers run their course, separated for so long. I'm dreaming of a brighter day when the waters will be one.
More than just a singer, Mandaway's a leader and a teacher who's helping both sides of Australian culture face each other and come to terms. It's an invaluable role and one reason Mandaway was named Australian of the Year. But the honor means little to Mandaway compared to the gains for his people.
Things have come a long way in 30 years. Back in the 60s, we weren't recognized as citizens of Australia. It's important now that attitudes and laws are changing, that Aboriginal Australians have strength in unity and take a leading role in shaping the changes that are coming. But we must still remain faithful to our culture.
This white plays for ceremonial purpose. We've put these young boys to so I can teach them dance today, this afternoon.
Our culture has been evolving for tens of thousands of years. It's a living thing. Our way of seeing, our beliefs, our art and music, our kinship with all other living things.
Listen, there's a tribal voice inside every one of us. Find it, free it, celebrate it. That's what Yothu Yindi is telling people around the world. The music is the message.
If I don't celebrate my existence through song and dance, then I don't have the law. I don't have a culture.
Well, inside my mind there's a tribal voice, and it's speaking to me every day. And all I have to do is to make a choice, 'cause I know there is no other way. All the people